pas de slide par contre. Picture this. It's a busy workday, and you find yourself drowning in boring, repetitive, tedious tasks that seem to eat up all of your precious time. How many of you have experienced this? A few, I guess. How many times have you wished that those tedious tasks could just magically get done without you even lifting a finger? In those times, you can't help but wonder, is this the best use of my skills and my time? At Odoo, we believe you could do more with your time, and we want to simplify your daily flows and help you get back to what truly matters in your business. I'm Noemi, and today I will show you the magic of automated rules. We will first see what is new in version 17. Then I will dive into a database to show you a quick demonstration, and I will finish by giving you a few best practices in configuring automated rules. We will also have a Q&A session if we have the time right after, so don't hesitate to scan the QR code here above. All right, for the ones who are familiar with Odoo, Odoo Studio and its automated action in previous versions, you will discover that there have been a few changes in this new version, so let's quickly focus on these new features. Basically, everything that has been changed was done with a simplification objective in mind. So we have now an easier configuration, which means faster operation and thus leads to a better user experience. The first of these changes was to place an automation menu directly onto your stages so that you don't need to go into Studio anymore. This will be available in any model as long as it is grouped by a field in the Kanban view. We also have improved the triggers. Not only do we have more triggers on webhook, on incoming and outgoing messages, but we also have simplified preset triggers, such as stage is set to, tag is added, or priority set to, and so on. Another big change was made onto the action. Not only has the design changed for a better experience, but now for all selection, many-to-one and many-to-many fields, you can directly choose your value from a drop-down list instead of having to manually insert the ID. So much easier, right? And finally, we have a clear rule overview. From only one view, we can see which actions do what and how they're triggered. Let's take the first example over here. So we can see that this action was set on the lead opportunity model. The trigger is on incoming messages, and the action will be to send an automatic reply email to update the stage and create a new activity. Right. Let me show you that in a database. But first, let me give you a bit of context. I have the chance of running a company that is delivering apparel boxes to other companies for their afterwork. I have a pretty basic flow that starts in prospection, continues in sales, and I also use help desk in order to manage my customers' issue. We will use automated rules in order to improve each one of these flows. So let's get going. All right, here I am on my database. I will first go into my CRM. So I have here a nice pipeline, but I want to go a bit further than this. I want to flag all of my VIP customers according to their expected revenue. So we'll set up an action that will update my record if my prospect is qualified and if my expected revenue is higher than, let's say, 6,000 euros. Okay? So let's set this up. I will go into my qualify stage, click on the toggle button, and I will go into my automation. You can see here that the trigger has been automatically set. If I go back and go into another stage, you can see that it will be adapted. Here, the stage is set to proposition. All right, but now I want to be a bit more detailed than this. So I will change the trigger and put it on save so that I can have two different rules. So I will update it when my expected revenue is updated. Okay, and so my stage needs to be in qualified, and my expected revenue, I have said, should be higher than 6,000 euro. Okay. Now, let's create the action. Here, I want to do several things. First, I want to update the priority on this prospect. I also want to create an activity so that my salesperson remembers to send a VIP catalog. And finally, I also want to update the customer behind the prospect so that everywhere in my database, I can see that he is a VIP. Okay, add an action. I will start with my priority, so update record. I will choose my priority field, and I will put it to high. All right. Now I will save and create directly a new one, which is create activity. The activity type will be to do, and it will be to send the VIP catalog to my customer. It's going to be due in 2 days, and here I will choose a dynamic user, which means it's going to be the salesperson on my prospect that will be set as the assignee of the activity. And finally, I will also update the record, but here I will go one step further. I will choose my customer and then click on the arrow so that I can access all the fields that are under the customer. So here I am updating my model REST partner and not CRM lead. Okay, and here, since it's a many-to-many, I can choose to either add a tag, remove a tag, setting it to, or clearing it. Here, I just want to add one so that I don't erase other tags if there are some. So here, I will choose a value, which is VIP. Okay, save and close. Before I try this, I will just, okay, here, put it VIP customers. And I can also document it. So I have here a field with notes, and I can say that it was to update VIP customers, and so on and so on. Here, the idea is to put all the reasoning behind so that you remember your future self or even your colleagues, you know why the action was done. Okay, let's go back in our pipeline, and let's take here an opportunity, which is for an after-work activity. Okay, and here, what I'm going to do is simply to set the expected revenue. First, I will qualify it, and then I will set the expected revenue to say 8,000 euro. Let's save it. And now you see that I have my priority that has been automatically updated. I have a new activity that is for my salesperson here on the prospect in 2 days, as I set it. And if I go into my customer here and I go on my customer page, I can see that the tag VIP was added. Great. Now let's create a new quotation for this customer. Let's say they're interested in a discovery apéro box. Okay, let's go. And now, first, you should know that my manager likes to follow my sales process. So I created an action so that he can follow all of the chatter and the discussion in it as soon as the quotation is sent. However, it doesn't want to be spammed every time there is an invoice when the sale order is confirmed. So we have created here 2 actions, and for this I will go into here because it's faster. You can see that I have created 2 actions. Here, add manager as a follower when the quotation is sent, and Jack is my manager, and I will remove him. Sorry, when the stage is in sale order. Okay, and I want to do a second thing. I want to improve my services. I want to ask my customer for their feedback. So I will create a third action that will send a survey email every time, or like 7 days, let's say 1 week after the delivery date. Okay, so let's do that together. And here, I will say that it is the satisfaction survey. The trigger then will be on a timing condition. It could be on the last update, but here I really want to base this on my effective delivery date. Okay, it's gonna be, so I said 7 days, right, after my effective delivery date. And here the action will simply be to send an email. I have here a nice email template that I created, satisfaction survey. If I forget how it looks like, I can still click it and see if it's still coherent. Okay, so that's nice. I will keep it. And I can choose it to send it as a message. Here I have 3 choices, email, message, and note. And here the message will send the message externally, but it will also be tracked into the chatter. Okay, so save and close. And let's see how this works. So here I will first send my quotation by email. And you can see first that I have 2 followers, right? Let's check on this. I have myself because I have created the quotation, and I have my salesperson. Let's send it to my customer and see what happens to my followers. I have now 4 of them. I have myself, the salesperson. I also have my manager, and I have my customer. Okay? So now let's confirm it and see what happens. Okay? So you can see that here I have only 3 followers left. I have myself, the salesperson, and the customer, because since it's in the state sale order, my manager has been removed. As for the delivery date, let's move on because I don't want to spend 7 days here. All right. Now for the last part of my flow, I will go into my help desk. Okay? I have here 2 teams. And I'm sure all of you do that, but when I'm on holiday, I don't want to reassign all of my tickets to my colleagues. I just want them to follow up on them, but I don't want to add them manually as a follower and so on. So here, the thing is I have a nice column to reply. And I will create an action so that every ticket, when I have an incoming message on it, so when I receive an email, it will go onto my to reply state so that I know that I have to reply to this. Okay? So here I would create this automation. Okay, and the trigger here will be on incoming messages. And I will just say move to reply. Okay, so on incoming messages, what do I want to do? I just want to update the stage, right? So I will update the stage to reply. Okay. Now, you can see on my help desk, I have 2 teams. I have one team that is feedback, one team that is more general. I want all of my feedbacks to go into my feedback helpdesk team, right? But I have a lot of them that arrive through my general channel, and I want my people working on it to easily send them to my feedback helpdesk team. So I will create an action for this. Let's just go into a random column here, and I will create a new one, which is follow up on feedbacks. So just feedbacks. Here again, I'm going to put unsafe because I have 2 conditions. First, it's going to be based on the stage. So when I put it in solved, it means that it will move to the other team. Okay, so here I need to update the stage to solved. I also need, of course, to filter this on the type. I don't want all of my tickets to go to my feedback. So here I'm just going to choose the suggestions and feedback type. Right. Now let's add an action. I will change my helpdesk team. Let's do this, which is feedbacks and suggestions. But since I'm changing my team, I'll also need to change my stage because I don't want it to be in the solved one. Okay, so I'll create a new one and change the stage to new. Okay, and I also need to change the assignee on it because it won't be the same person who are working on the feedbacks are the same on the issue. So here it's going to be Rafid. All right. And the last one, I want to let my customer know that we value their feedback and that we have taken theirs into account. So I will send an email automatically. Here, feedback helpdesk. You can see it here is basically thank you for your valuable feedback. And I will send it same as a message. Okay. Now let's try this. I will go back here into my team. I can see I have here a nice suggestion of having a local Belgian beer into the winter seasonal box. And I will just put it to solved. You can see here that the helpdesk team has changed. It has been assigned to my to Rafid, to my colleague. It's been in the new stage, and I have an automatic email here in the chatter that has been sent. All right. Now let's go back to our slides. So before I leave you, I would like to share a few best practices in configuring automated rules. First, don't forget to document everything you are doing. This is very important for your future self, for your colleagues, for anyone who might work on the database and don't know what has been done and why it has been done. So put the reasoning behind your action in the new note field. That is one of the best advice. Be careful when you are testing with your automated actions because emails and SMS are really sent out of the database. Now, sometimes a development might be more suitable to your needs if your need is too complex or, for example, if it doesn't follow Odoo standard logic. So keep that in mind. And also, you should know that Python code in your automated action will generate maintenance fee. And finally, there are a few risks in configuring automated action. If you have too many of them, the performance of your database might be impacted. The same is true for your domain. The shorter it is, the more performant will your action be. Also, automated rules ignore access rights. So if a user doesn't have access to a specific field, but the automated action is to update that field, it will still be updated even though the user doesn't have access to it. And finally, and more importantly, remember that the more automation you have, the less flexibility you have in your database. So keep it simple. To conclude, we have seen today that automated rules sorry, can simplify your daily flows and help you get back to what truly matters in your business. Version 17 of Odoo brings exciting new possibilities, and I hope this presentation was enlightening. Don't forget that the future is in your hands, and we are here to help you make the most of it. Thank you for joining me today, and I cannot wait to see you businesses thrive with the magic of automated rules. Ouais. Okay, there won't be a Q&A since there is no moderator for this talk. I'm sorry. Don't hesitate to go to the studio booth in order to ask all of your questions, or if you just see me walk by, just ask me anything, all right? Thank you a lot, and have a great day.